David and I became friends in 2021 when I met. Well, I didn't meet him at I Love to Read. Someone gave me a card from I Love to Read, and I called him, and he's been a friend of his Kairos time since. He popped up at the first one, and he keeps popping up. He keeps doing stories on us, and when I try to pay, he won't accept any money from us. He just keeps telling our story. And I said, it's time that we show you that we're grateful. He doesn't like this. He doesn't like receiving accolades. But I told him it's time. It's Kairos time. The 2025 Community Service Award presented to David Brighouse, Community Leader and Educator, in recognition of your unwavering dedication to students in the classroom and your tireless efforts to uplift small businesses in the role of owner, editor, Tap Into Rahway. With appreciation, Dr. Lucille Hollis, and it's Kairos time. Where's the photographer?
I'm taking pictures of you right here. Okay. 1, 2. One more.
Yeah, that's Pastor O'Hare over there.
Thank you very much. I'm definitely a little overwhelmed. I'm not in the business of receiving awards very often. Maybe I should say that other people aren't in the business of giving me awards. But I have spent my whole life, my life's goal was to stay off the radar, off the grid, and in a corner somewhere, busily working behind the scenes. What went so wrong? How did this happen? Well, what happened was I started a daily online media source for the town of Rahway, and I realized that there are sacrifices and prices to be paid for anything that's important, and one of them is that I had to emerge slightly from the shadows, and so I have. I want to thank all of you who are here today. I want to thank everyone associated with It's Kairos Time. I especially want to thank Dr. Hollis, who I know made all of this possible. I hold a special place in my mind and memory and heart for all of those individuals and organizations I met that first year, especially that first summer that I started Tap Into. It was March 2021. And I really didn't expect that I'd be doing Tap Into 4.5 years later. My best hope was that I would try, and when it didn't succeed, I at least would not have regrets. And that's when I met Dr. Hollis. She mentioned the I Love to Read organization. I should mention Carla Alvarez, who founded that. We were friends. She set me up with Dr. Hollis. And I knew right away that It's Kairos Time was something very special. And I don't doubt at all that Dr. Hollis must have been praying for Tap Into Rahway too, because some kind of supernatural forces have keeping me going here, because I didn't know what I was doing, no idea. And I don't doubt at all that I know she was supporting me as I was supporting her. I'm overwhelmed. I really am right now. I just want to mention two other people, two women that made this happen for me. One is my wife, Nicole. We've been together 31 years, and we don't even look old enough, do we? I mean, she doesn't. She doesn't look old enough. And I'll tell you, for all the reasons you can imagine, I thank her. But specifically, if you like Tap Into Rahway and you're happy it exists, you really need to thank her, because when I first thought to do this, I was very uncertain about it. And so I went to her to tell her about this idea and see what she thought about it. And I was thinking, perhaps half hoping, because this was going to be a lot of work, that she would tell me, like 99% of my other ideas, that it wasn't a good one. But in this one case, she told me, I think you can do that. I think this is what you're called to do. I think it will work. And because because of that, I took a chance, you know. And I thank her for that. I love her. I love you. And the other thing she highlights for me is when people say, how do you stay with someone so long? And for all the young people in the room, keep this in mind because I actually have the answer. Now, how you do it, how you figure it out, I don't know. But the answer, and I've always said this, is the way you stay with someone that long, it's very, very simple. You just have to pick the right person. That's it. I just want to say in closing, that the other person I want to mention, and I've heard the mention of mothers and grandmothers, and my mother died 5 months ago. She died of cancer on February 22nd. And my mother would have been here, man. She would have been sitting there with us if she could have been. And you're right. I know she is. She is just in a way where you don't need a chair and a set of silverware, right? But when I said in my mother's obituary, which was the most important and hardest thing I ever did, sums up and exemplifies, I think, what I believe, what I know many people here believe, and really the reason I started Tap Into. And what I said was, first, I said my mother was always more of a practitioner than a preacher. No offense to any of the preachers, because I know we're surrounded by preachers here. But that her life exemplified the greatest of Christian virtues, love of God and one's neighbor. And all I want to do and all I will do for the rest of my life is try and probably continue to fail to meet those very high standards she set for me. But I will try nonetheless. And so, in closing, I just want to say thank you with a humble heart. Thank you so much. And I dedicate this to the memory of my dear mother, Carol Tuful. Thank you.
David didn't tell you that he accidentally had a baptism Holy Ghost at our first event when he said, wow, this seems like a revival service. Remember that?
I do. Well, I was raised Catholic, but my wife was raised Protestant, so she's more familiar with all this. Yeah, no, it was lovely. Thank you.